A talented group of Rochester youth is making a name for itself by sharing their passion for the art of dance with the world. TRU Art Dance Company, under the direction of Jayme Burmudez, has recently returned from the World of Dance competition in Boston. CityWise photojournalist Jimmy Day traveled with the dancers and brings us this insider's look at the competition.
5, 6, 7, 8. Head, arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's just messing me up because it's 5, 6, 7, 8. Head, arms. Head, arms. 5, 6, 7, 8. Head, arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is this all our stuff?
Is it really?
Is this all our stuff? Yeah. Pack it nice and neatly, put it underneath the table. We have other people that we hit out on too. We are just as good as any team here. And we are just as deserving. So the moment we hit that stage, we let our name know. And we do what we do best. We dance. So I've given you the choreography. I've given you my instruction. I'm not on that stage with you today, but my heart is on that stage with you. This is not our last competition. This is just the beginning.
You're not reading. I'm not. This one, and that one.
There's 4 wings, right?
Right.
One is coming out here.
TRU Art Dance Troupe!
I'm happy that I brought the choreography. I'm happy that we did what we did, and I'm grateful. And who knows what's going to be next?
Seeing some
right.
other cool. That's how we did it all happen. With the cell phone.
Linda Lane is a dancer with TRU Art and Jayme Burmudez, company director, and the man cultivating talent through his passion for the art of dance. Join us now with more. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
So that was a great video, Linda. We saw you in there. And Jayme, you said this is just the beginning. Was this the first competition for TRU Art?
This was the first competition for TRU Art.
Okay, and it was in Boston.
Absolutely.
So you took this group of dancers on the road, and tell us about that experience.
It's an emotional experience. Even just thinking about it right now, I think of the emotion that comes with that. I made a promise to a group of young people from the inner city that has this awesome talent, and I wanted to make good on that promise. I wanted to make sure that they knew how talented they are, and the world needed to see that. And there was up moments and down moments, but we got through it as a family, and we made it there, and it was an accomplishment. So for our first competition, it was a memory that's placed in our scrapbook and that's placed in our own hearts as something that we can do.
And Linda, you've been dancing for about 5 years, you said. How was this experience traveling with TRU Art, and what did you learn from the competition?
Traveling with TRU Art, it really helped me look outside the box. I'm not used to working with a dance group. That's not my background. I'm used to working outside, like at home or something. So I got to share an experience with a group that is my family, and it helped me see that with a lot of hard work, success will pay off. And I learned a lot about personality. I learned a lot about my feelings and how to put it into my dance, and it's actually making me the person who I am today. So
that's wonderful. And how did you guys end up doing? There was a lot of competition there. 50 groups competing?
Yep. For our first competition, we placed 23rd, which was great. We had an average of 72 out of 100. Wow. Third place had a score of 92, so that placed us about 20 points away from third place.
Wow.
So,
that's
you know,
great.
for our first competition, we didn't do horrible. We didn't win first place, but we came back with a lot of experience, as well as was blessed with the opportunity. So I look at all of that and say, it was a well done job.
Right. How did TRU Art get started?
TRU Art got started. I started working with a group called Cypher, and it's a drop-in center for talented youth throughout Rochester that have a talent and a passion for something, either in visual arts or music or dance. So I started working with these group of kids that needed a dance instructor, and it was like pulling teeth at first because they came in with their own street styles or their own styles, and then I said, you know, well, we need, in order for us to do what we want, we need to be able to base ourselves in technique and the foundations of dance, why we dance, and just what our body's supposed to be doing. And then having a conversation with one of the dancers, it turned out that he said he would like to do this for the rest of his life.
Wow.
And I said, it's possible. I do this, as one of my livings. And so my goal was to work with this one young kid because he wanted to really make something of what he was doing at Cypher. And then it turned out that a lot of other kids wanted that same desire and had that same goal in mind. And so when Cypher was not in session, TRU Art was in session, and it provided them an opportunity to still have the dance, still have the relationship with the other dancers, and still feel like they had a place where they were doing their passion and they were learning how to invest in that passion.
And Linda, how long have you been dancing with TRU Art?
I've been dancing with TRU Art for about 6 months. I got started around the March area, around that time of the season. It was a really cool experience. Like coming after school, I recently graduated from School of the Arts, so and I went there for dance as well. So coming after school to another dance company, it was like something new, a different experience. I got to learn about other students and other people who had the same passion that I did for dance. To me, dance is life. So to be able to meet somebody who actually shares that same connection, it was very great for me.
Right. Now, Jayme, you said that the kids all come to you with their own individual style. Do you take that and take their ideas? Do they get to have a say in the choreography of some of the pieces that you do?
Absolutely. There's moments where we start filling out the music, and it's a moment where they get with partners and they kind of just come up with how the music makes them feel and what the music is asking them to do, and we play with that and we experiment and we say, okay, well, let's take this and place it here, or let's take this and put it there. A lot of the choreography elements come from my own work, and then with their work we kind of just create and kind of sew the pieces together, so that way they're learning the structure.
And you have an interesting story of how you were first exposed to dance. Can you share that with us?
Yep. I was in middle school, and at the time I was going to Monroe. And Monroe was attached to School of the Arts at the time, and I had actually been sent to the counselor's office because I had been misbehaving in class, and the counselor was Miss Martinez, and she had her own little group that she was running out of Monroe, and she also there was a new program where students from Monroe Middle School could be able to do 9th period classes at School of the Arts, and so I was sent there for that behavior problem, and she was asking me like what I would like to do, and do I like dance? I should come see her program. I'm like, no, my parents would never let me do that. I was in a Latin home, so guys, it wasn't masculine for a guy to dance, and I was also in a very Christian home, so it was inappropriate for you to dance. And so it was against some of the belief system that I, was brought up with, but she signed me up anyways. And I took my butt to 9th period class, and she actually sent home a note saying that I was staying after for extra help. And so for that whole year, I was able to go to a dance class and be exposed to that, as well as their music theater, and be exposed to the arts. And it gave me a foundation of something that I wanted to do secretly, and I was able to. And there was also other elements, like one of my aunts that would allow me to stay after. She'd tell my parents I'll take them, home from a quinceañera party or something like that they were having, so that way I can get in a couple of little dances here and there, But that's how my start was.
Okay, and you mentioned it's not masculine to dance, or some might think that, and then we see the guys coming out at the end of the show in their regular clothes, and you wouldn't think that these these young men could dance it the way that they do. It must be empowering for them to have this wonderful skill and talent. And that it's surprising to some people.
It is. It definitely is. There's not a lot of male dancers in the dance world, and it's amazing when you see these male dancers dancing. It's even more amazing when you see male of a minority background, where we're taught that it's truly not masculine. Really own up to their craft and own up to the passion that they have for dance, and say, well, I don't care what you may think of me, this is what I love to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And being able to have that young male just see themselves being able to do this and see how they're able to prosper in just what their passion is, I think that makes it that more great for them. And just, especially even for the dance world, these guys are amazing with what they do.
And Linda, you're a great talent, and you've given her a nickname. You kind of give all the kids a nickname.
Absolutely.
What's Linda's nickname?
This is Queen Linda.
Queen Linda. What are your future plans? What's next for you? Is dancing a career path, possibly?
Absolutely. Right now I'm at MCC for Human Service, and I do want to work with children. But dance is also something that I don't want to take out of my life. I want to keep it something that's part of me. So next year in 2015, I am looking to become a choreographer to my dance, and hopefully I can accomplish that. So that's one of my main goals.
And Jayme, you've kind of been cultivating these kids to become teachers of the next generation of dancers.
Absolutely. That's what my hope with TRU Art is. I'm not going to be around forever, and I have children of my own, and with the way the world is, I think that what we're lacking is a lot of the culture of things, and you get that from art appreciation. And so my goal is to give these guys enough experience and enough diversity in the dance world. We have dancers doing musical theater right now. We've done the competition thing. We've done performances for the community. I've taken some of my dancers to some of the schools that I'm working at to teach dance, so that way they get an experience. So that way they can be able, at some point, be able to teach a younger generation. And that way it makes my job a lot easier. And I know that this project is what's called an evergreen. It's always giving forth something great.
Right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, to learn more about TRU Art, you can check out their Facebook page. Also, look out for more videos and performances on the city's YouTube channel.